Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. This is virtual class of Pakistan International School, Taif. I am Miss Bushra Tanveer. This is Social Studies class for grade 8. This is our 10th video of this virtual class of Social Studies. In this lecture, we shall study chapter number 12. Dear students, after today's lesson, we shall be able to understand the text given in chapter 12. We shall be able to understand the long question answers 1 and 2 from the exercise which is given in your textbook. Now we shall start chapter number 12. First of all, we shall see the heading of the chapter, Pakistan Chronology 1917 to 2008. The first subheading of this chapter, 1970, West and East Pakistan, Bangladesh were still one country. Elections in 1970 gave Mujibur Rahman of East Pakistan and his party Awami League an overwhelming majority. Legally, he should have been president or prime minister, but Yahya Khan, then president, refused to call the assembly. Mujibur Rahman was arrested for reason but released. Riots and disturbances rocked East Pakistan. Dear students, first of all, we shall see what is meant by chronology. Chronology, arrangement of events. Timeline, when involving graphical element. First of all, it is very important that we have to take the little view from the birth of Pakistan till 1970. In 1958, martial law is declared, and in 1962, General Ayub Khan sworn as a president, and after later on in 1965, Pakistan and India, Pak-Indo war was over there, and in this war the India defeated and also over the Kashmir to separate from Pakistan. And in 1969 again General Ayub Khan resigned as president. Means that General Ayub Khan was the president, but in 1969 he resigned as a post from the president. And in 1970, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman election was held, and Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who belonged to the Awami League party, he won the majority seats from the parliament, and he wants to be the prime minister, but the president on that time, Yahya Khan, refused to call the assembly, and Mujibur Rahman was arrested for treason. And later on there was a problem, or the people have to be protested in the whole country, and there was a great disturbances over there. Dear students, now we shall see the next subheading of this chapter, 1971. The Pakistan Army intervened to restore order in the East Wing. India banned flights across its border and then invaded and quickly defeated the Pakistan Army, which had traveled thousands of kilometers by sea to reach East Pakistan. In December 1971, East Pakistan declared independence as Bangladesh. So dear students, in this paragraph, first of all, we shall see that in 1970, Nurul Amin was the Prime Minister of that time and he belongs to the Pakistan Muslim League Party. And in 1971, when the Pakistan have divided into two parts, East Pakistan and West Pakistan, General Yahya Khan promised a new constitution and election. So what happened over there? Elections were held in both wings, East Pakistan and West Pakistan, in 1970, and the result was predictable. Mujibur Rahman Awami League won 160 seats out of 300 seats, and while Bhutto Pakistan People's Party secured 81 seats from the parliamentarian. Mujibur Rahman as winner claimed prime ministership. Mujibur Rahman as winner claimed prime ministership, but Yahya Khan, Bhutto and Mujibur Rahman couldn't reach an agreement. The postponing of assemblies led to riots in the East Wing, and ultimately civil war broke out in 1971. This resulted in breakup of Pakistan and, with Indians' help, the creation of Bangladesh on 16 December 1971. Yahya Khan was forced to resign and Bhutto became martial law administrator and the president of that time. Dear students, now we shall see the next subheading from this chapter. The era is 1971 to 1973. President Yahya Khan resigned on December 1971. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, leader of Pakistan People's Party, first became president and then prime minister. In 1971, he began a socialization and nationalization process. The government took over basic industries, bank, insurance companies and schools. Dear students, in this paragraph, again we shall see the next era, which is from 71 to 73. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was the president first and then he became the prime minister in 1973. And in 1973, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was the prime minister, and then the government took over all the basic industries, means that bank, insurance companies, schools, all these things are in the control of the government. It means that all these things are in the control of the government. And then he made small land reforms benefiting middle class farmers. A new constitution was passed that stopped the army from having a say in the government. The new president, Fazl Elahi Chaudhry, was little more than a ceremonial figure. Dear students, now we shall see the next paragraph. 1977, Bhutto reforms upset many people. Nationalization and land reform upset the rich. Socialism upset Islamic leader. There was opposition, much unrest and rioting as the government became more oppressive. Dear students, in this paragraph is also about given the what kind of problem was over there in this era during the time of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. And there was a lot of problems, means that there is a disturbance or the people have the lots of problem and protesting in the country. And in election 1977, however, gave Bhutto clear majority, but he was accused of rigging them. The Army Chief of Staff, General Ziaul Haq, seized power in July and set up another military government. Bhutto was arrested, convicted, and sentenced to death for political murder. So, dear students, in that time in 1973 to 78, Fazl Elahi was the president of Pakistan on that time, and he belongs to Pakistan People's Party. And in that time in 1977, the Bhutto was sentenced means that he was killed and by the political murder during the time of General Ziaul Haq. Dear students, now we shall see the next subheading of this chapter. 1978, General Ziaul Haq became president and imposed martial law in the country. Interest-free banking was introduced and severe penalties imposed for any offences against Islam. He hoped to win the support of religious parties. Dear students, in this paragraph is discussed about the General Ziaul Haq. He was also the Chief of Army Staff of on that time of Pakistan, and he imposed Sharia law in the country, and it was also the interest-free banking system was also introduced in the era of Ziaul Haq. And also there were a lot of penalties or the punishments of those people who are against Islam. Means if any people deny or against Islam, that person should be punished or that person should be given the penalties against Islam. Yes students, now we shall see the next paragraph or subheading of this chapter. 1979, in April, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto death sentence was carried out. In late 1979, Russia invaded Afghanistan. Millions of Afghan refugees fled to Pakistan, resulting in a crisis for the host country. Zia accepted huge sums in aid for the USA to support Afghanistan against Russia. In return for this support, Western powers ignored the human rights issues in General Zia's government and dropped their demand for democracy. Dear students, in this paragraph is also discussed about the what kind of situation was over there in Pakistan. In that time, their General Ziaul Haq government, that in that time the Afghanistan USA to support Afghanistan against Russia, and in return of this supporter, Western powers ignored the human rights issues in General Zia's government and dropped their demand for democracy. Yes students, now we shall see the few other things which are given over there. The changes brought about by Zia's policies were not popular among the people who protested and were suppressed. He also came under criticism from international leaders. Yes, dear students, now we shall see the next subheading of this chapter. 1984 to 85. In 1984, Zia held a referendum to seek approval for his Islamization policies and to retain the presidency till 1990. Feeling secure, he allowed elections in the country. Martial law was ended and a civilian government was set up. Dear students, now here in this paragraph we shall see that first of all we shall know about that in that time in 1985 Junejo, Muhammad Khan Junejo was the Prime Minister of Pakistan, and in the same on that time in 1978 the Ziaul Haq was the president, military dictator. He was appointed on 16 September 1978 as a president of Pakistan, and he was the chief of army staff on that time. And in 1984, Zia held a referendum to seek approval for his Islamization policies. Islamization policies means that which you have already discussed in the previous paragraph about the Sharia law, and to retain the presidency till 1990. Feeling secure, he allowed election in country. Martial law was ended and a civilian government was set up. Zia, however, was not satisfied. The government was dissolved and the Prime Minister Muhammad Khan Junejo was dismissed. New elections were to be held. Dear students, now we shall see the next passage from or subheading from this chapter. 1988, Benazir Bhutto, daughter of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, returned to Pakistan in April 1986 from exile in the UK. In August 1988, President Zia was killed in a very suspicious aeroplane crash along with some top army staff and the US Ambassador Arnold Raffel. Dear students, in this paragraph we shall discuss about the next Prime Minister. We can say that the Benazir Bhutto, her name was Benazir Bhutto, and he was the daughter of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Before that, she was settled there in UK, and then in 1986 he was expelled from the UK, and in August 1988 the President Ziaul Haq was killed in aeroplane crash, and also the many top army staff people was with them. A temporary military government was set up with Ghulam Ishaq Khan as acting president. Elections were held in November 1988 and won by Benazir Bhutto, who became Prime Minister with the Ghulam Ishaq as a president. Dear students, this is the picture of Benazir Bhutto, and on that time she was elected the Prime Minister of Pakistan, and she was the first female political leader of a modern Islamic state. Means that she was the first female political leader, or she was the first female Prime Minister of Pakistan. Dear students, now we shall see the next subheading from the chapter. 1990. President Ishaq Khan dismissed the Bhutto government on grounds of corruption. Elections were held again, which were won by Nawaz Sharif and his Islamic Democratic Alliance. Yes, students, now in this paragraph we shall discuss about that how the Benazir Bhutto government was dismissed. President Ishaq Khan dismissed the Bhutto government on the ground of corruption. Due to the corruption reason, elections were held again, which were won by Nawaz Sharif and his Islamic Democratic Alliance. He started the process of privatization of enterprises, which has been taken over by the state, and thus encouraged foreign investment. He promised to settle the differences with India over Kashmir. Dear students, now we shall see the next subheading from this chapter 1993. The President dismissed Nawaz Sharif and his parliament, but Nawaz Sharif appealed to the Constitutional Court, which reinstated him as Prime Minister. Not surprisingly, relations between President and Prime Minister were so bitter that the government was at a standstill. Both agreed to resign together. Dear students, now in this paragraph is discussed about the Nawaz Sharif government, and again he was appointed. The President dismissed Nawaz Sharif and his parliament, but Nawaz Sharif appealed to Constitutional Court, which reinstated him as a Prime Minister. Means that again he was appointed as a Prime Minister of Pakistan. It was not a surprising thing. Relation between President and Prime Minister were so bitter that the government was at a standstill. Both agreed to resign together. New election in October returned Benazir Bhutto to power with Farooq Ahmad Laghari as president. Relation with India on that time, the relation with India were very, we can say, poor, or was very poor, and both countries admitted to having a nuclear capability. Fighting increased along the ceasefire line in Kashmir. Bombing and political violence spread through the country, especially in Lahore. There was instability and protests across the country. It means that there was a lot of problem in the country, and the people have to be protest in the whole country. Yes, students, on that time, in 1988, Benazir Bhutto was the Prime Minister of Pakistan, and in 1988, General Ishaq Khan was the President of Pakistan. Benazir Bhutto belongs to the People's Party, and General Ishaq Khan is not belong to any party. He is an independent candidate of the parliament. And in 6 November 1990, Nawaz Sharif was the Prime Minister. Still 1990 to 1993, he was the Prime Minister, and General Ishaq Khan was the President till 1993. Nawaz Sharif belonged to the People's Party, Pakistan Muslim League, and General Ishaq Khan was the independent candidate in the parliament or parliamentarian. Yes, students, I think each and everything from this chapter is clear to you, and now for the more understanding, you will read this chapter 2 or 3 times, then each and everything will be clear to you. Now come to the exercise question answer. We will see the question answer which is given in the exercise. The first question: what led to the breakup of West and East Pakistan? Discuss whether you think the division of Pakistan into 2 separate parts at partition was a sensible idea. Now the answer is start. In parliamentary general elections for the combined wings of Pakistan, East Pakistan got a clear majority, 160 MPs against 81 of Bhutto's party, and felt with some satisfaction that their leader should be Prime Minister. President Yahya Khan and Prime Minister Bhutto rejected this, and after severe political clashes, civil war broke out with West Pakistan 600 km away and overland flights banned by India. troop movement took many weeks. The second paragraph or the second part of the first question, India seized the chance and with its help East Pakistan declared itself as Independent Republic Bangladesh. The war was swift and ended with total victory for Bangladesh, which officially proclaimed its sovereign status in December 1971. Pakistan signed the surrender documents and 93,000 troops were taken by India as prisoners of war. The decision to have two wings was probably a mistake from the beginning. Two parts of a country separated by 1600 kilometers of hostile territory and with completely different outlooks on life and society. The answer of the first question is continue. The last paragraph or the last part of the answer, the only thing that they really had in common was Islam. Probably two separate states from partition would have been the best solution. The population strengths are roughly the same, but West Pakistan was partly to blame for trying to impose itself on the eastern half, trying to enforce the official use of Urdu when the people spoke Bengali, imposing West Pakistan officials on the country, exploiting the region's agriculture resources, etc. Dear students, now we shall see the question number 2 from the exercise. What were the policies of Zulfikar Ali Bhutto as president and how did these upset some people in Pakistan? Answer: Bhutto socialist ideas and increasing rigor with which they were applied upset most levels of society. He nationalized factories, mines, and other large industrial and commercial businesses as well as educational institutions, angering the prosperous merchant classes and upsetting the owner. He took land from large estates to give to the peasants, which infuriated the great aristocrat families. He strengthened the great union and workers' rights, which annoyed all businessmen and industrialists. His autocratic use of the army to put down opposition annoyed everyone. He antagonized the religious authorities by some of his reforms, though he later gave into some of their demands. Dear students, now we shall see the question number 3, which is given in your textbook. That is the assignment for you. Make a timeline of the rulers of Pakistan 1971 to date. Color the sections of the line where Pakistan has been under military rule in red and under civilian rule in blue. Yes, dear students, you will find out the Prime Minister and the President of Pakistan from 1971 till now. Update means 2020, and you have to make the two column. In the one column you will write the name of the president, and also in the other column you will write the name of the Prime Minister of Pakistan, and is given that the person who was the Prime Minister and the President belong to the military role. You color that person, the name of that person or era in red, and the other means the who belong to the civilian in colored is below. So this is the assignment for you. You have to prepare this assignment and then send me for checking. Now see the homework. Read the text given in chapter 12 2 or 3 times to understand you very clearly, that each and everything will be understand you clearly. Learn and write long question answers 1 and 2 from the exercise and do the assignments. Goodbye. See you in the next video. Goodbye.